Morning, my lovely. What you doing all the way over there?
Well, what, you're saying there's no way you can be reached? No, I don't want to leave a message. Thank you. Damn. Whoa, where are we headed? A week on the Love Boat.
I suppose that's a comment on my attire.
No, it's okay. Carmen Miranda's my secretary. I don't think this is suitable for a secretary.
No, I'm not your secretary. I'm simply the vacation relief. I'm only doing this out of the goodness of my heart.
You don't have any goodness of your heart. Listen, at least kill the hat. I mean, this isn't a lawn party. This is a DA's office. I'm sorry. It's not you. It's not the hat. I called up CC. He's out of town.
Where?
It doesn't make any difference where. He's out of town. He's gone. That's the point. How am I going to negotiate a serum deal with a pigeon that's flown the coop?
Simple. You wait 1 or 2 days until he comes back.
We don't know if he's going to be back in 1 or 2 days. And anyway, the longer I wait, the closer somebody like Cruz gets to finding out that we got the serum. I wanted it out of our hands and that hard Capwell cash in our hands.
The Capwell cash will be in our hands because the serum is going to be hidden someplace safe and sound, and it's going to stay there until we make the deal with Cece. It's not like you to be so jumpy.
It's not like me to lose millions of dollars. If we blow this, we're sunk.
You know, I don't see Gina running this on her own. 100 to 1, she's got help named Timmons. I want you guys to play some 2-on-2 and see what you can find out about him.
And wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to be learning the ropes here, not some out-of-office assignment.
Well, consider yourself promoted. I want to see how you and Eleanor work together.
All right. I think we might just surprise you, buddy boy.
Well, I hope so. You see, Pearl here has been known to out-talk Keith Timmons, which is a staggering achievement in my mind. It makes me think maybe he can keep you honest.
Honest?
Yeah, as in no illegal searches, no excessive force. Your techniques may have made you a star player at Interpol, but they don't wash around here, so you keep an eye on her.
I think I can handle that. I may even use both eyes.
Oh. What's that?
Instant lemonade. I looked for a can of tomato juice, but couldn't find one. Too bad.
Why?
Well, it's the world's best hangover cure besides Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco, and bitters, which I'm sure you don't have.
No, those things just never end up on my shopping list. How did you become such an expert on hangover cures?
My brother's a connoisseur. He's been hungover in all the best places.
Ooh. Oh, I don't remember much about last night. But I'll bet I made a fool of myself.
No, you didn't.
Sometimes I just start talking about things. And I can't stop. I'm sorry. I shouldn't drink.
You didn't impose, Kane. You just talked. Some of the things you said really touched my heart.
You looking for something?
Yes. My passport, for one thing.
Oh, you're taking a trip around the world without me, are you?
Well, no, not around the world, but I will be doing some traveling for the Evertan campaign.
Why, I thought that was just in the U.S. Well, why would you need your passport?
Well, handy for ID, you know, and if I wanted to cash a check at a strange bank or something like that. Besides, I'd like to know where it is. We moved in here so fast, I forgot where I put everything.
Well, I doubt that's in that drawer there, because I reserved that for my papers, remember?
Oh, well, it's probably, I'll look in the...
Not yet, not yet. You don't expect me to start the day without a morning kiss now, do you? And I love you, even if you are disorganized.
I'm not disorganized.
But you just admitted. You said ever since we moved in here,
I didn't say that. I said that I wanted to put everything away, that I hated boxes. Jeffrey, you know me. I'm super organized. You've seen my office.
Kelly, what are you getting so upset about?
I'm not upset. I mean, it's just, you know, when you make these misjudgments about my character, I just start thinking maybe you're confusing me with your first wife. Maybe she's the disorganized one,
Kelly,
Jeffrey.
whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute.
I mean, we look alike. Maybe you think we do everything else alike.
Hey, look, you, Kelly Capwell, are like no one
No one. Enough to make any man forget all the women he's ever known. And I adore you. Hmm?
And I adore you, but I have to go to work.
Oh, no. No, you don't.
Yes, I do, and so do you.
I am declaring it a national holiday. Wait,
You
let
are.
this... Don't tickle me.
Yeah?
I'm choking to death now.
All right, the Heimlich maneuver and breaking the ribs at the same time.
Just a glass of water, please. A nice glass of water.
You're choking.
Well, you expect me to turn blue first?
Hang on a second. Better?
Oh, yes. That's a little better. Now, all I need is a little mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I'll be as right as rain, good as new.
I still say we should have searched Gina's apartment first.
It's not going to leave the serum there, especially knowing she's a suspect. I go along with Cruz's theory that Timmons is involved. And this office is going to be a lot less accessible than her apartment.
Oh, is that right? Well, how are we going to search this inaccessible place? I mean, how are we even going to get in there in the first place?
Try to get him out.
What are you doing?
Oh, wait a minute, I forgot my question. Right. 55 pounds of that serum, though.
Anybody ever tell you got the mind of a born detective in the body?
We don't have time. You know, do this before they get back.
The last time the alarm went off, it was a short and something. What's this?
Well, where the heck have you been? You know, this is the DA's office. Anybody could waltz right in here. You
So
understand
they
that?
have. Why don't you two make yourselves comfortable here while I get a cop, okay?
Oh, go ahead, and then we can all talk about this.
What's that?
Well, I think it's probably the serum that you stole. You should be a little more careful.
Sweet, darling, I told you I don't know anything about this serum.
Oh, yeah, and I imagine Gina doesn't know anything about the serum either. I mean, she'd never be involved in anything like that, right? Huh?
Let's go, Pearl. I think we've got what we came for.
Well, so you have what? You know, I'd advise you not to make unsubstantiated accusations. We need proof in this town. Ciao.
For a minute there, I almost thought she did have the serum.
Well, this is beginning to make me worry about the real serum.
Don't worry, it's hidden someplace no one will ever look.
They're getting too close.
Close? They are groping around in the dark.
Take a letter.
What?
A letter. L-E-T-T-R, a letter. You're still my secretary. Take a letter. I want it to be anonymous. I should get our friendly doctor to call off little Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys.
Listen, I hate to interrupt.
No. It's all right.
You did say 9:30.
That's fine. Is there any news on the serum?
We're continuing to investigate everyone who might have had access to it, but it's a process of elimination. It does take time.
Time is something we don't have, Cruz. You have no idea of the consequences if a drug this volatile falls into the wrong hands. I mean, if they try to sell it or distribute it in some kind of black market arrangement, thousands of people, thousands will be affected.
Yeah, Doctor, I understand that it's not been completely refined yet, but are you convinced that it would be such a disaster if somebody took it?
Everything indicates that it can only be taken in small, minute amounts. The people who took it don't have that knowledge. They don't know that. So if people use it without any kind of guidelines, without any prescriptions, Cruz, it'd be chaos.
I don't think you have a choice.
What?
Well, if we can't track the stuff down inside of, I don't know, 24 hours, you're going to have to go public. You're going to have to warn people not to try any new antiviral medication unless they know exactly what they're getting. That's the least you can do.
I told you about Sue Lee.
Yes. Now I think I understand why you wanted to leave the world behind and come up to the mountains.
There was nothing to leave behind. Part of it was, I think, I was just running up here as much as I was running away from the war. When I got to the airport in the plane coming back into the States, there were protesters there screaming at us. I'd lost Sue Lee and myself all at the same time.
Must have been very hard on you.
And I never wanted to need anybody ever again.
A few months ago, I don't think I would have understood that. But after the accident, I've known that sense of losing everything, Kane.
The people you lost aren't dead. They're alive.
Thank God. But if I ever get the chance to see them again, I don't think it'll be the same.
We shouldn't be talking about this.
And why not?
We'd be better off not knowing so much about each other. No deep, dark secrets, no philosophizing. Just working to get you well again, day by day.
But that's not life, Kane. That's coexistence. We're human beings. That we share each other's pain sometimes. That's the price we pay for having a soul.
I guess I just don't want you to have to experience all that pain and ugliness. There should be beauty in your life, Eden.
Kane!
Hey, top of the morning to you, Alex. Alex, what's the matter? Call off the search, or the secret closest to your heart will be revealed. When did you get this?
Just now, under the door.
Yeah? I mean, you have any idea who sent it?
No, wish I knew.
What is this search they're talking about?
Oh, I hired a private detective agency. I guess that's what it's referring to. Come on.
Alex, what do you need detectives for?
Look, you know the serum I've been working on?
Yeah, of course
An
I do.
experimental part of that was stolen a few days ago. I hired Cruz Castillo to investigate for me.
What do you mean stolen? Man, that could be disastrous.
A major problem, right. First, I thought it was just someone who was desperate for a cure, but I think that person would not write that letter.
No. The secret closest to your heart will be revealed. What the hell kind of scare tactic is that? I mean, it's like something you get in a fortune cookie. You any idea what this secret is that they might be referring to?
I don't like being threatened, no matter how anonymous.
Well, you know, my first thought would be C.C. Capel. I mean, he's certainly not above doing something like this. Except, of course, as secrets go, he already knows about you, Mason, and I forming a company. He also knows about our connection to Pamela. What other secret might there be?
Jeffrey, I don't know.
Well, it's my guess that it's just a bluff. That this person's afraid he's going to be found out, so he's trying to intimidate.
Yeah, right, maybe.
Now, whatever you do, man, you got to track that serum down, found it before some innocent person misuses it.
Jeffrey, I've been trying to. Look, maybe it's too late. I mean, maybe whoever stole it just went ahead and found a way to release it to the general public. I don't know.
You got to do something about this, Al.
Jeffrey, I've been trying to do something about it. It is not a simple situation.
Hey, you're not just going to let this bloody terrorist get away with it like
Jeffrey,
this.
I've got to think, all right? It's very complicated. Just need some time to think about it.
So, did you tell Dr. Nicholas that Lionel was in fact the one that stole his serum?
No, I'm going to let Lionel tell that to Dr. Nicholas himself, like he promised me he would. What about Keith and Gina?
What about them? They were guilty as sin. I mean, you should see the look on Gina's face when she thought that we had the serum, right?
Yeah, but Tim has denied it, right?
But he was rattled. They're hiding it somewhere. I know that. I know they know where it is.
Yeah, but that don't help us if we don't know where it is.
What about a safety deposit box? The container for the serum is small enough to fit in one, don't you think? I wouldn't be at all surprised if there was a brand new receipt for a rental box in Gina's apartment.
You got it. Or what about a key, huh? I say, my vote is we go over to the apartment right now and we search the place.
How?
What do you mean, how? We know that Gina is not in her apartment. We know she's at the DA's office, in fact. So it's just a small matter of breaking through the lock on the front door.
Now, Pearl,
that's how.
Pearl, did I or did I not establish that we were going to respect the legalities involved?
Come on, Cruzy! We're talking about two people who have spent their entire life getting around legalities. Now, if it ends, in fact, justify the means, then it's very easy. Why should we get hung up on a simple matter of a search warrant? That's all.
I am not going to authorize a B&E.
A B&E?
A breaking and entering. You must have heard about it somewhere before.
Yes, I have. Of course
I mean, come on, Cruz. Every day, Timmons bends the law he's supposed to be upholding. Now, why should we play fair ball with him?
Pearl, this is the big leagues. If you can't handle the high, hard one, we got to send you down to the bushes.
careful, careful. I thought I told you never to use these unless I was here to help.
Well, I didn't know when you'd come back. Admit it. You have a way of storming out of here and not saying when or if you're going to come back at all. I'm not going to stay chained to that wheelchair the rest of my life.
I'm sorry. I need to be alone sometimes. I don't mean to upset you.
Look, I'm not saying that you need to sign in and out with me when you leave the cabin, but if you're going to leave here and not say anything to me, then... Look, if you're not going to teach me how to walk, then I can teach myself.
Good for you.
Yeah, right. Only my show of independence didn't work very well, did it?
You're trying. That's what's important.
It's not helping. I can't walk 3 steps without any help.
I guess you could use something to speed up the process, couldn't you?
I just have to keep at it. There's no magic potion.
Maybe there is.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's not magic exactly, but I think it could help. Something I've been working on for a few days now. It's where I've been going.
What is it?
A surprise. And after we work with the crutches a little bit, I'll show it to you.
Kane, you've been so good to me. You don't have to.
Yes, I do. Because everything I do is for both of us.
What's this?
3 copies.
Haven't you looked at the clock?
The clock doesn't make copies. There's a machine that makes copies. It's called a copier. It's down the hall!
Well, it happens to be my lunch hour. You see, I have a whole hour of freedom, just like the girl who usually occupies this desk. Don't tell me you're going to try to deprive me of it.
No, you know, just time just sort of slipped my mind. Unlike some people, I always don't keep my eye on the clock. I just finish the job, and when it's done, if I have a few extra minutes, I go get a bite to eat.
Oh, aren't we just the perfect civil servant of all time?
And aren't we just a little princess with her mandatory lunch hour?
I happen to be hungry. What do you want me to do, starve?
I want you to stuff yourself. Go buy a burger, put some extra cheese on it, a couple of orders of fries. You don't have to worry about your weight anymore. You got Dr. Nincompoop after I get rid of you.
I may take an hour, I may take 2 hours, I may never be back.
Check the serum when you get back to your house.
Excuse me, is
Right there.
Thank you.
Mr. Timmons?
That's me. Well, I could have fibbed if it weren't, but I am, so I didn't.
Marcia Connors.
Hi. Do we have an appointment? I'm sorry. I'm having secretarial problems.
Oh, well, actually, we don't have an appointment, but if you could spare me a little of your time, I'd really appreciate it.
Well, this is normally the hour where civil servants go to lunch, but heck, if it's really important.
Oh, yes, I think you'll find it important. But even more, I think you'll find it very, very profitable.
I feel like quiche. I know what they say about real men and all that, but you're an animal. It's got to be good. I got this down at that gourmet shop by work. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing, nothing.
You sick?
No, of course I'm not sick.
You just don't like quiche.
Don't be silly. I love quiche.
Then what happened? Something happened at work?
Yeah, I suppose it did.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about work, Kelly.
Jeffrey, this is me.
Hey, I know it is. And I don't want to spoil this wonderful surprise lunch talking about business. Now, do I ever ask you about all the details of the Evertown campaign?
No, because you know it changes every 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, there is only one thing I want to talk about when I'm with you.
And what's that?
That's how much I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Oh, it is. It's crazy. It's crazy how much I miss you when I'm away from you.
I miss you, too.
You know, I don't know what I'd do without you. I think I'd wither away and disappear.
I think I'm gonna make sure you come home for lunch more often. That's what.
I mean it. I'm serious.
So am I. I love you so much it scares me sometimes.
Well, there's only one thing to be scared of, and that's if we lose each other again. And that must never happen. I don't think I could handle it.
I don't think I could either.
Well, then let's make sure. Marry me. Now. We can elope right this minute, right now. Hey, excuse me for saying so, but this is nuts. A few hours ago, you asked me to speed up the process. Now you want to drop the whole thing?
It's no longer necessary.
I thought you said the stuff was dangerous.
Cruz, it's been destroyed.
By whom?
Apparently, it was taken by mistake. I can't reveal the identity of the person since it was an accident, but Look, what's important is that the drug was safely disposed of, and it's no longer a danger to the public.
Well, I assume this person gave you some form of proof?
Oh, absolutely. I have corroboration from a man that I've known for many years, and I trust him completely. Cruz, I'm sorry, really. I just cannot be more specific for you.
Okay. I don't suppose you'd mind if I talked to the guy myself.
There's no
in
need
confidence.
Look, I am really satisfied that the whole situation has been resolved.
I can see that. Well, if you change your mind, Doctor, or if you need any help in the future, I hope
Absolutely, I won't hesitate. It's been a pleasure working with you. I hope that takes care of all the time and the trouble that you and your associates have gone to.
This is much too generous. We barely got started.
No, I insist. You're more than deserving of that.
I feel much more comfortable if we just sent you...
Wouldn't hear of it. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
That's fantastic. You almost made it all the way across the room.
All the way across the room. What is it, 5 steps?
So you could only do 3 before.
An hour it took me. An hour. How long did it take me this time?
Another hour, I guess.
This is just too hard. I'm not building up any strength.
Yes, you are. You just want it all at once.
Look, time me, okay? I want to see how long it takes me to get to the bed.
No, I think you've done enough for now.
I'm going to keep doing this until I can't move another muscle.
No, wait. I think there's a better way. There's a different exercise you could be doing.
I don't want to swim anymore. If we go to the lake, I'll be so tired.
No, you don't have to go to the lake anymore.
Was this about the surprise you were talking about?
I think it's time for the grand unveiling, huh? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Drop the crutches. I think you deserve to be carried.
Okay. You built this?
Yeah. Well, I'm piping the water from the spring that feeds the lake. Water comes in kind of fast, so it does act kind of like a whirlpool.
I can't believe this. I mean, this is wonderful.
You know, you can use it 2 or 3 times a day. I think it'll help the healing.
Of all the things you've done for me, this is the most incredible. The hours and hours of work you must have put in. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Toddlers Incorporated.
That's right.
All right, that's a very catchy name. What are you doing in the diaper service?
No, actually, we're in the baby business. But we really don't like to think of it as a business. I'd really consider it more of a service organization.
What kind of service does your company do?
We arrange adoptions. Primarily, we deal with young mothers who, for various reasons, can't keep their babies after they're born. And so what we do is arrange to place these children with families who can afford to support these mothers during their pregnancies.
Sounds beneficial to all the parties involved.
Well, actually, Mr. Timmons, we've brought joy into many homes. We began in the Midwest, and I'm very happy to say that we've become so successful that we're anxious to expand our organization out here to the West Coast.
Why are you bringing your business to a district attorney? Why my office?
Well, among other things, I need incorporation papers drawn up, and if there's any special licensing procedures, I'll need to be briefed on how to apply.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of attorneys that would be happy to oblige.
Mr. Timmons, I'm not interested in just any attorney. Adoptions are extremely delicate transactions. I mean, the arrangements between a natural mother and adoptive families require painstaking attention to legal details. Otherwise, people find themselves in court trying to divide a baby in two.
Well, listen, my obligation is the people of Santa Barbara.
Well, I was hoping you'd be the man, but I guess you don't need a $50,000 fee over your current.
Did you say $50,000?
Well, of course, that wouldn't be the end of it. I mean, if you went to the trouble of helping us get set up out here, I would think it would only be fair that you'd get a bonus for every child that we placed.
Now, I don't mean to be blunt, but let's say we incorporate and start this organization. Well, would I be required to, like, overlook certain aspects of the law?
Well, of course not. We're a legitimate organization. Please, if you want to check this out, you can if you doubt my word.
Well, I might just do that. In the meantime, let's get working.
Yeah, it seems to me that I just asked you to marry me. How long are you going to make me wait for an answer?
Jeffrey, I just wasn't prepared. I wasn't expecting anything like this.
Well, you know how much I love you.
And I love you. Isn't that the whole reason we moved in together, so we could spend every waking minute we had with each other?
Well, marriage isn't going to change that. It's only going to make it more permanent.
I know. And I still think there are some adjustments to be made. I mean, we didn't become two different people just because we moved in together. I think we need to get to know each other more and work some things out.
But, Kelly, I don't need a long trial period to get our relationship all neat and orderly and predictable.
You think that's what I want?
I don't know what you want. I don't know. All I know is that I ask you to be my wife, and all of a sudden, you're a million miles away.
Jeffrey, I have spent too much of my life acting on impulse. For once, I would like to take the time. You know, to maybe explore and savor it a little bit. This is important, marriage. It's not that I'm unsure about loving you.
Aren't you?
No, I am very sure of that. I mean, each day, the assurance grows and gets stronger. The most wonderful feeling in the world.
Yeah, but it's not enough to make you want to marry me, right?
I do want to marry you. Soon. I just don't want to run off and elope. Please try to understand that, can't you?
Hardly. We just lost our only client.
I'm still very disturbed about the way that happened. I mean, it was so abrupt, so unexplained. I don't know about you, but I don't believe Nicholas's story for 1 second.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it. But, if I was still a cop, I'd be on the guy right now, trying to find out what he's hiding. But this private stuff is different. I mean, once the guy who hires you takes you off retainer, you're supposed to stay off, right?
Right, yes, so.
Hey, watch your backs, watch your backs. Hot plates coming through, boys.
What is this?
Yeah, oyster stew from guest knows where. Couldn't be better if I made it myself. I taught the chef everything he needs to know, so you don't have to worry the fact that it's my recipe.
Some people believe in chicken soup. Pearl thinks that oyster stew is the solution to humanity's problem.
It's too hot. We're gonna have to wait until it cools off. But guess what? It means this. We open the celebration with a little bubbly.
Champagne?
And what are we celebrating?
Well, what do you mean, what are we celebrating? Whoa! Is everybody all right? Barely! Yeah, our first contract. How do you like that? All right. I mean, we can't. Come on. We can't make 1,000 smackers and not have a little celebration. So, one for the gent. I seem to be spilling a little bit.
No
but
problem.
the janitor will pick up the bill. And one for the lady. And one for safety's sake for the prima donna himself. Well, I'll tell you what. We may not be the Musketeers, but I would venture to say that the three of us will do glorious things here in Santa Barbara because you are a fantastic detective and we are fascinating people. Bottoms up. Not bad, not bad. So, what's with the long faces, huh? Come on, I'll get you another case, huh?
Yeah, I know we'll get another case, but we should have solved this one.
Hey, if anybody could have, it would have been you. I mean, you should have seen her in action, man. Keith Timmons. He comes at us with both barrels loaded for bear, right? And she don't even flinch. Out of her pocket, she produces this vial. I didn't even know she had it. She acts like, hey, guys, this is a serum, and guess what? You two bozos are in great trouble, right? I mean, you should have seen the look on Gina's face. She practically collapsed, cool out on the floor.
Come on, Pearl, I was just doing my job. I thought that Timmons was going to take that bait, and he did.
What are you talking about? He almost did. We had him going for a minute there. I'm telling you, Cruz, I watch this girl in action, and she makes me aghast. This woman, she has nerves of steel, huh?
Come on, it is all in a day's work.
Oh, you did good by honoring her. She's the best. You know something? She is the best of the best. Yes,
I
sir.
think what we're witnessing here is living proof that champagne goes directly to the brain.
Hey, this is not champagne talking, sweetheart. But if there is veritas in vino, I don't mind telling the truth about you, really.
Bro, I think you're embarrassing the lady.
And I don't think I was talking to you. I think I was talking to her.
Well, perhaps this isn't the time or the place.
Well, the incorporation sounds it'll be pretty standard, except for a few changes we talked about. We can look this over. It's put up by the state. It's pretty straightforward.
Thank you.
The transaction papers, though, I think we're going to have to spend a little time on. I think what you have needs to be overhauled.
Whatever you say. All right, now you have the number where I'm staying, so if you have any questions, please feel free to call me. And, thank you. It's a small advance. And when the papers are drawn up, you'll have the rest. Mr. Timmons, it's already been a pleasure doing business with you.
She was here a whole hour.
I never watched the clock.
What did you two find to talk about that was so time-consuming?
Nothing that concerns you.
Oh, really? What did she mean by it was a pleasure doing business with you? What is this?
It's nothing that concerns you.
I can't believe it. You sold the serum. You backstabbing,
What did you have for lunch,
two-faced
Angel?
worm.
Dust, you're hallucinating.
No one comes to the DA's office and writes them out a check for $10,000 for no reason. You couldn't wait to make the deal with Cece.
Oh,
so you
wake
went
up!
for
Would
the
you
easy score.
smell the coffee? Come on, you think I'm going to sell this greatest scientific discovery of the century for $10,000? Get a hold of yourself,
Well,
girl.
then what's she paying you for?
For the pleasure of my company.
You have a hard enough time keeping one woman satisfied.
What I am paying for is your rent. That's why I'm moonlighting. So why don't you help me earn it?
No, to be honest, I don't understand why you need so much time.
And I don't understand why you're pressuring me into this quickie marriage. Jeffrey, I thought you were happy, just the way things are.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought so, too. But, you know, I also thought that's why you'd be ready to make it last.
That's exactly what I want. I want something sacred and lasting. But when we marry, I want you and everyone else I love to be there.
I get it. You want the family wedding, a big capital event.
No, not big, not big. I don't care about that. I just want them to be there, you know? 2 months ago, don't forget, Cruz and Eden were supposed to have this wedding. It never happened. So I think right now, more important than ever, is for them to be able to participate in their other daughter's wedding.
Depending on who she was marrying, right?
What do you mean?
I can't be realistic, Kelly. You honestly don't think that your father is going to want to participate in your marriage to me? No, he's going to be spending every free minute trying to stop it.
No, he won't. Not when I make him understand how important it is to me. Jeffrey, he wants me to be happy. The only thing is maybe it'll take a little while to get the message across. That is another reason we should wait.
Why is it that every time we argue, I get the feeling that I lose, huh? Why is that?
Always lose. When was the first time we argued, remember?
Oh, I'd say it was about 6 or 7 minutes after we first met, give or take a few seconds.
Well, you didn't lose then, did you? You won. Because that's just about how long it took me to fall in love with you.
Yeah?
Well, thanks a lot, buddy boy. I mean, you made her so uncomfortable that she don't even stay for lunch now for me, huh?
Bro, I don't think I'm the one who made her uncomfortable.
Hey, let me tell you something. Eleanor and I, we're good friends. I mean,
I know her better than you know. Just better than you have any idea, pal.
Tell you what, I'm gonna call you a cab and you can take the afternoon off, get some sleep.
I don't need any sleep, all right? What I need is some respect around here.
You're drunk.
Did you say drunk?
You can't inhale a whole bottle of champagne and be anything else. Now, you go home and I will explain to Eleanor that you took the day off. No big deal.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't need your explanations or your taxi cab service or your advice on women.
I'm not trying to give you advice, man. I'm just trying to take care of you.
Yeah, just explain one thing to me, please. Why do you have me around if you have such a low opinion of me? Why is that?
I do not have a low opinion of you.
No. Girls good for the laugh, huh? Yeah. Pat him on the back and send him home. Well, I'll tell you what. I am gonna come home. Yeah, I'll go home. I'm gonna call my own cab and I'll go. But don't take any bets on when I'm coming back.
It's so warm. And it's much warmer than the lake.
Well, we're talking about a smaller body of water. The sun has a chance to warm it up.
Oh, it feels wonderful.
Okay, now what I want you to do is imagine yourself kicking your legs. Your mind will send impulses down to your lower body, and that should start some activity down there.
Well, what if it doesn't?
Well, the water's still doing you good. So just relax and, I don't know, try not to expect anything.
Well, I'll try to relax, but I don't think I can.
Why?
Oh, I think I overdid it on the crutches. My shoulder and my neck are knots.
Oh, here. No, that's not gonna work.
Look, why don't you get in here with me? You can try it from in here. I mean, there's no reason why the both of us can't enjoy it, right?
You don't mind?
Of course I don't. Go change. I don't know why you made such a fuss. Don't you feel like we're already married?
Yeah, I do. But you're not going to pacify me for long. I can become an insufferable nag if I want to.
A nag.
Yes, nag.
It was tempting. When you said elope. Jeffrey, I hope you understand why I didn't give in to it.
Oh, yeah, I understand. It's like I said, you want the whole Capwell treatment, you know? Wedding dress, photograph in Society magazine, 20-meter veil. Yeah, I know your sort.
Yeah, I get it. That's the kind of wedding you had with Elizabeth, right? The earls and the dukes and all this stiff collar. You know, you'll make sure none of that happens again.
I did not say a word about Elizabeth,
You
did
didn't
I?
have to. Doing a very good job of reading your mind, haven't you noticed?
Yeah, well, just forget about my mind. Try reading my watch. It's over there. I think I may have forgotten an important meeting this afternoon.
It's 2.
Oh, God, I better give Alex a call. Hey, look. Don't go away. It's not your passport this time, is it, Kelly?
No. Jeffrey, I'm sorry. I wasn't being honest with you.
About what?
I know that you have a file in here. I know about the trial, about Elizabeth before she was killed. Jeffrey, I try to forget it's there, but I can't. I want to know. I want to know everything about you. Is that so wrong?
Go ahead. Open it.
Are you playing with me?
Go on. Open it. What?
You didn't have a formal wedding with Elizabeth. You eloped with her. Jeffrey, you eloped.
I don't know what got into the room.
He probably won't even remember it in the morning.
Well, you know, it's just... He thinks that I humiliated him, you know, and I just wanted him to go home and get some rest.
Which he sorely needed. You did the right thing, Cruz.
I guess it was out of line to say what I did in front of you, though.
Listen, Cruz, I really appreciate you stepping in the way you did when you were saying those things to me. I was getting uncomfortable. I mean, you were right.
Well, but you know, he didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything bad at all. He just he gets carried away.
I know. But I believe that there should be a definite professional distance on the job. Otherwise, it makes it difficult to work with each other. And he was crossing some boundaries.
I suppose he was.
Of course, sometimes even with the best intentions, it's difficult to maintain that distance. Sometimes it's a definite uphill fight.
What took you so long?
I had to find these shorts. Took me a while.
Doesn't it feel wonderful?
It feels great. Your shoulder still hurt?
Not so bad. The water helps a lot.
Well, let me see what I can do.
I'm Tom Brokaw. In today's complicated world, you need good reasons to make the best choice for the news you watch. At NBC Nightly News, we believe you should get the facts easily. We think you deserve to understand the day's events clearly. We have to earn your confidence by examining the issues fairly. That's why at NBC Nightly News, we cover the world with you in mind.
And later tonight, Johnny's back and he's better than ever when he welcomes superstar Madonna to The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Don't miss it.